man, God is doing some dope stuff. Our dream is to be this welcoming community that models God's love. We want people to come in and encounter Jesus.
We're planting a multi-ethnic church in Ferguson with all of those ramifications in the midst of election fallout, drama, whatever we want to call it, in the midst of racial unrest. There's so many different cultural narratives and things that people are facing. And we're wrestling with, what does it look like to be faithful to Jesus in this place, and how do we invite people to be a part of that? I grew up in the suburbs of St. Louis.
Peoria, Illinois, we call it the P.
Both my parents were doctors.
My mom went to prison. It's kind of like when my life spiraled out of control, and I got heavily involved in the drug and the gang culture. And that's where I spent the rest of my life all the way up until I was rescued by Jesus.
And grew up in I'd say a pretty stable and consistent environment, a very high achieving family.
And so me and Nathan, we're from completely different worlds. Man, we wouldn't be rocking together if it wasn't for Jesus.
And one of the most beautiful things of being at Workbridge has been the friendship that I've been able to develop with Boone, and to see him as my friend and as my pastor, as somebody that cares about me, as somebody that I have so little in common with. But because of our love for Jesus, we have so much fun pursuing the same things together.
One of the stories that always just stands out in my mind is, it's my grandgirl, Aubrey's her name, she's 5. She calls me Big Pop. Yeah, there's an older Anglo guy here. They were having some conversation and he told her he was a grandpa. And so she introduces me to this guy like, Big Pop, here is so-and-so, he's my grandpa. And I'm like, no, he's a grandpa. She's like, no, he's my grandpa. And so on a Sunday morning, when she's with us and she comes and her feet hits the building, she's running. She's looking for Big Pop. She comes and gives Big Pop a hug. And then the second person she's looking for is her grandpa, who's an Anglo guy. And so in that moment, we get this glimpse of this brown girl running into the arms of this white man, and he sees her like he sees his own grandchildren. And so right there, in that moment, I get to see the wall of hostility come down before my very eyes. And I see people who otherwise wouldn't be doing life together, loving each other, embracing each other, and calling each other their own.
We want to see people awaken to the good news of who Jesus is and awaken to the needs of their neighbors.
And so not only are we going to be diverse on Sunday mornings, but that diversity and that unity is going to be seen throughout those relationships throughout the week. But what is it going to look like when they actually are doing life at their dinner tables? When they actually know each other's story, know each other's fears, know each other's needs, and are committed to helping collectively care for one another. That's what we are about. That's who we are. And that's what I've decided to give my life to.